Africanus. Well, storytelling to me is a very, very important medium, particularly the oral tradition of storytelling. It is the most important of the whole lot. Well, you can say, well, storytelling through time, it has changed, or it is kind of like changed into many forms. You got film, you got written stories, and so on. All this, but all this, at the end of it all, they are mini products of the oral tradition of storytelling. So that remains the big picture, the oral tradition, and then all these other improvements just come in to augment this big picture of storytelling, of oral tradition of, storytelling. For example, when you go into storytelling, say event, for example, the audience are in the same vicinity with the storyteller. They share that connection that you cannot find if you go and watch a film or if you listen to a radio. And at the same time, this oral tradition, it is so immersive. The audience and the storyteller, they are traveling as one, clapping hands together, smiling, laughing, and so on together. They are sharing because they are in the same medium. Whereas if you are listening to the radio or watching a film, it's never the same. There is no 3D movie that will equate to the real thing, face-to-face storyteller and audience. So the biggest of them all is the oral tradition. People may say, hey, it's dying. It's not. It can just manifest the bits and pieces into whatever, but it still is the most important. And besides, the oral tradition, when people just, share stories, it's, for example, children, it helps more in their listening skills. And as they listen, it sparks their imagination. Rather than a film that's already, everything has been imagined for you. You know what so-and-so is going to look like. You know the terrain that this person is going to walk through. But how about a storyteller telling it and you visualizing your own terrain, your own heroes from what the storyteller is saying, and your own villains, what they look like, and so on. So it sparks a lot of imagination. So it's very, very important, the oral tradition itself, to, people should recognize is the most important of the lot. Africanus.